Hi everyone, welcome back to Dawn's Reflections. Today I want to share a deeply personal story, one that shaped who I am and how I see the world. I'm going to talk about my experiences enduring verbal, mental, and emotional abuse while in foster care, becoming a teen parent at 16, and how I found healing through God, therapy, and the love of my child. This story is one of survival, hope, and ultimately love. My prayer is that if you're going through something similar, this video reminds you that brighter days are ahead. Growing up in foster care wasn't easy. While I thought I was safe from harm, the continued wounds of verbal and emotional abuse left scars that felt just as deep. I was often told things meant to tear me down, tear down my self-esteem, things no child should ever hear. Being in foster care taught me many things, but one lesson that stayed with me was the importance of respecting elders. Despite the chaos and the pain I endured, I clung to the values I had been taught early in life, living at home with my mom before all of our lives took a turn for the worse. I always tried to address adults with politeness and never forgetting the dignity of showing respect, even when it wasn't always shown to me in return. That respect was my way of holding on to a piece of myself that the foster system and abuse couldn't take away. It grounded me and reminded me of the kind of person I wanted to be, even in the midst of difficult circumstances. But I won't lie, anger was always bubbling beneath the surface. I was angry about being in a situation I didn't choose, angry at the words that cut me down, and angry at the feeling like I had no control over my own life. And while I tried to carry myself with respect, that anger came out when people pushed too far. Some seemed to think they could continuously test my boundaries, assuming I'd stay quiet or back down, but there's only so much anyone can take, and when someone kept poking the bear, they quickly saw the other side of me. My anger wasn't just outbursts, it was a defense, a way of protecting myself when I felt no one else would. Looking back, I see that anger as a symptom of my pain, my way of screaming for help without saying the words. I didn't know how to navigate those emotions or channel them in a healthier way back then. It wasn't until later in life, through God's grace and therapy, I learned how to acknowledge my anger without letting it control me. Respect and boundaries can coexist, but I had to learn how to balance both. Even now, I carry that lesson with me. Respect for others, but also respect for myself. The emotional manipulation made me doubt my worth, and I often felt alone, like I had no one in my corner. But even in those dark moments, I held on to a tiny spark of hope, believing that my story wasn't over yet. At 16, my life changed forever. I became a mother, and to be honest, I was scared. How could I care for someone while still figuring out my own identity and worth? Take care of another life? But the moment I laid eyes on my baby, everything shifted. For the first time in my life, I felt truly worthy of love. My child didn't see my pain or my past. They just saw me, their mom. That unconditional love was a light in the darkness. The bright side of my foster care experience was that when I left the system, my baby left with me. I wasn't alone anymore. We were a team, and that gave me a new sense of purpose. My years in foster care were very challenging, and I learned to lean on God more than ever. I would cry out to Him, asking for guidance and strength. Scriptures like Psalm 34:18, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit became my anchor. God's love gave me the courage to believe in myself, not just for me, but for my child. I prayed constantly, asking him to help me break the cycle of pain so my baby and the ones that came after could grow up in a home full of love and security, happiness and joy, and definitely not the experiences that I endured as a child. First at home, like I said earlier, when our lives took a turn for the worse, and then growing up in the foster care system and still being mentally, emotionally, financially abused. As I navigated motherhood and healing, therapy became another lifeline for me along with God. It gave me a safe space to process my trauma, confront the lies I had been told, and start to rebuild my self-esteem. Therapy also helped me learn how to be the kind of parent I wanted to be: present, loving, patient. It wasn't always easy, but every step I took toward healing was a step toward creating a better life for my children and me. To anyone watching this who feels trapped in pain, whether it's from foster care, abuse, or any life challenge, please know that you are not alone. Becoming a parent in foster care taught me that love can be a powerful motivator for change. God sees you, He loves you, and He wants to guide you towards healing. And it's okay to ask for help. Therapy and support system are tools God can use to help rebuild what someone tried to tear down in you. Today, I'm not the same person I was back then. God has transformed my pain, anger, depression, and triggers into purpose. And I've been blessed to not create a life filled with perfection, but one filled with love and plenty of gratitude. My children were my first reminder that I was worthy of love, and that reminder continues to inspire me daily. If you're struggling, know that healing takes time, but it is possible. With faith, therapy, and the right support system, you can overcome anything that life has thrown at you. Thank you for letting me share my story with you today. If this resonated with you or encouraged you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. Remember, no matter where you've been, you are worthy of love, healing, and a brighter future. Until next time, stay encouraged, stay hopeful, and stay blessed. See you in the next video. Bye.